Peasant boy. 85,000. Come on.
You are the peasant.
Give me my money. Oh, God.
Your retainer's doing all the hard work.
Merchant trading I need to do.
You're not doing anything.
I don't even care. I don't know what I sold for 85,000.
This video is called I Became a Millionaire by not playing Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV is a perfectly balanced game with no exploits. We'll have to check it out.
Today I'm going to try and become a millionaire in an MMO without actually playing the game and using only my qualifications as an economist to destroy the entire economy of Final Fantasy XIV. Because yes, instead of questing and playing the storyline and probably becoming a cat girl, I will be studying the market boards and causing a data center-wide hyperinflation event. So let's see how fast I can make a million in the laziest way possible because, of course, come on, I'm British. How can you expect me to put in the work when I could just steal it from others? It's gonna be fantastic. Right, welcome into the glorious world of Final Fantasy XIV. We're of course playing as the legendary Jeff Bezos, who currently only has 21,696 gil, which is this in-game universe's currency of choice. Now here's the problem, 21,000 gil is not enough. How on earth are we even meant to be scraping by with a living if we have just 21,000 gil? Now of course, in order to pull off this exploit, you don't need to be a max level character. You don't need to have a huge guild of friends. No, a brand new single individual at level 20 with no prior experience of this video game is going to have all of the necessary powers to become wealthier than all of the top guilds in this game combined. It's just going to take a little bit of creativity. So what do you need to pull this exploit off?
That's interesting.
Namely, you need to reach the part of the game where you can start to hire retainers. The game of course is very fun, and heck, you can even get to this point for free using the game's trial system, so you don't even need to pay to pull off this exploit. Anyway, now that we can start hiring retainers, we're going to want to hire ourselves 2 retainers. You can hire more if you actually throw money at the game, but we do not need to do that. 2 retainers is going to be enough. So we're going to hire 2 retainers. Wait a second, but
you still don't have access to the market board or the retainer system? You can't sell on the market board as the free trial character, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think that's a limitation of it. But I'm not sure. Maybe they have changed that.
And these lovely people are going to effectively be our interns that are going to be generating us copious amounts of money. And so naturally we're going to make them tiny little children, because I find the greatest unwilling volunteer is a small child, simply because they're much less likely to put up a fight when you're giving them horrific work conditions. So here is our lovely first intern. They shall be intern Steve. Yes, fantastic. Now we shall hire the legendary intern Steve. And there we go. Intern Steve is now our lovely retainer, and we can summon him at any point and we never have to pay him. It's glorious. And best of all, he doesn't even cost money to buy. Oh dear, oh dear. This feels morally dubious. Anyway, we're going to hire another retainer, because the more the merrier. Best of all, he's going to look absolutely identical. This shall be intern Bob. Lovely. Right, intern Steve and intern Bob are 2 lovely interns to make money. So we have our 2 interns, but what are we going to be doing today? Well, we're basically going to be destroying this server's economy, and the reason is very simple. Final Fantasy is a massively popular
1 million?
MMO, but it has gained its huge popularity in recent months, largely due to the decline of World of Warcraft, which to many of course could be a sad thing, but to us is a glorious business opportunity, because these ex-WoW players have now flooded to Final Fantasy, and namely, these ex-WoW players don't play Final Fantasy like normal Final Fantasy players. Most importantly, they're ignoring large parts of the game. They're not doing as much fishing, they're not doing as much gathering, and they're largely preferring to play on the PvP focused servers like FFXIV here, and they love servers like FFXIV. There's just one minor problem. Due to the fact that they enjoy servers like FFXIV and their playstyle is very different to most other players, these bad boys have massively inflated the market, as they've been flooding gold into this server without the supply of goods increasing. That means that items that would normally cost 1 gold on a different server suddenly on this server cost, say, 20 gold. This huge economic disparity of course exists massively on the marketplace, where items on the FFXIV marketplace are listed at massively inflated prices in comparison to other servers on the exact same data center.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, these servers we can access instantaneously. There is no cost to moving between the servers. However, on different servers, the items are listed on their local server marketplace, and there is no way to see what across the worlds the market price is at, unless of course you're using market board information like we are here. And this allows us to to see that the humble sea pickle, ladies and gentlemen, whilst it is listed on our local marketplace at retailing at an astronomical 999 gil, it is actually available in Lamia for just a humble 263 gil. In fact, we could buy 11 of these bad boys for 263 gil or less.
Okay, I don't know what I feel about this because, yes, I played with the TSM in WoW a long time. I made a lot of gold there. I think my highest gold I made in WoW was 100 million, I think. It's my highest sum of gold on my characters. And that's basically just abusing or using TSM as best as possible. And I feel like this could lead into the same direction. And I don't like to recommend that to people because I hate that. Because when everybody does that, it destroys the market even more. And yeah, pushing stuff onto the market or being kind of a bit more skillful or a bit more critical to prices, knowing prices, it's not a unique trade anymore because you just have these add-ons doing that for you. I don't like that. But yeah, let's see.
Yes, and then list them right here at 99
He wants to destroy it, okay.
each and turn ourselves a massive profit. But how on earth do we gain access to these items?
That's a good
very
question.
simply, we just need to move to Lamia. So effectively what we're able to do is
that's
travel from our world of
the data
Famfrit
center,
to the
okay.
world of Lamia, buy ourselves large quantities of fish at cheaper prices, and then list them at local prices here in Famfrit, where the expected value of that fish is at 1,000 gil rather than 200 gil. And then we can repeat this process over and over again. But best of all, we're not breaking any rules here, and in fact we're providing a service because we're buying the item.
Okay, that's wrong. Because this add-on already is so much against the TOS. So you're exactly doing that. You are breaking the rules. Yeah, you're abusing this system. You're abusing a third-party software to gain a clear advantage over the others.
Again. But best of all, we're not breaking any rules here, and in fact we're providing a service because we're buying the
90%
item
memes?
at the
Okay.
expected price that the seller is listing it in their local economy, and then selling it actually below the expected market value in Famfrit. We can undercut the local sellers by importing fish from outside of this world. And best of all, this is something that happens in the real world every single day. For example, if you really wanted to, you could go straight to, say, India and buy yourself a pint of milk. Now, chances are due to
A mega
currency
pint.
conversions, that pint
Like-
of milk is going to
like
be
Johnny
sold
Depp
a
would
lot
say.
cheaper than
A mega pint.
if it was in the UK. However, you can't pick up that pint of milk in
mega
India after
pint.
you've bought it, then ship it to the UK and sell it for more, because you of course have to pay to transport it. You have to pay
Yeah.
import and export taxes. Consequently, it's not a profitable business model. But here in a video game, there is no import and export taxes. There is no cost of logistically moving it from one
That's
world or
right.
the next. I simply have to walk from that market board there to that giant crystal there. A process that takes, well, I mean about 10 seconds. This means using real-world economical structures and business models, we're able to absolutely destroy video game economies. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today on a
Stock
gigantic
images.
scale. Because this 21,000 gil is pathetic. It's a terrible amount of money, and we're going to make it terribly large. But of course, whilst I could do this all by myself, it's best to play an MMO with friends. So I'm going to be conscripting some of my favorite interns today, and they're going to be assisting me in cornering the market, as we're going to see just how much money this absolute scrub of a character Jeff Bezos can make by manipulating the market. So let's begin. Welcome to the free company headquarters of Waltz & Co, better known of course to us as Gill Street Bets, which is our lovely home resident speculative market trading company. Now this is of course my two lovely co-business peoples, and of course favorite intern Connorbrow and Mr. of course Hao Zhao, otherwise known as Crow. Now these two fine individuals shall be helping me today when it comes to doing our dubious speculative market trading investment.
Okay, even though I have a lot of respect for everybody trying to solve the problems of the market board and trying to make some gil, that seems like that's already the biggest investment you can have by just having other people joining you in this cause. Yeah, I don't know. I feel hopefully the resolution will be a better one, because we started by using a third-party tool to make this happen, actually. Because you could do that by yourself. You could just change servers and do that piece by piece. But then the same moment, if you have reached endgame, which you could also spend your time on proceeding onwards, you could just do gathering in the meantime, which is definitely more valuable than then changing the server, spending times there to check out the prices. So yeah, this third-party tool is cheating. And yeah, then putting more people into the business here, that's 3 people that could just do gathering, or just stand there, craft exarchic gear, classical gear, for example. Basically just that, and they're good to go. You at least make some gil with that, and I think more than what he does. But yeah, of course, I get the idea that you want to start as a... But yeah, if you just don't have anything, maybe just level up and then do the stuff, then do gil, like I always claim in my gil videos.
And of course, we're going to
Fishing,
be making ourselves a lot of money.
Exactly.
Now, I am going to be starting off with 100,000 gil. Connor over there will be starting off with 100,000.
I mean, the cookie business, that was really an abuse and exploit that worked and was completely legally valid. You could change the servers, check out from one particular item where the prices are the lowest, buy them out all, and get double the reward by just spending some allowances. And we were talking about a lot of gil there. I was actually disappointed that I haven't done this with my wife's character that was basically standing idle for a long time in Shadowbringers. So especially not standing idle, but having these allowances not being used for a long time. So I could have literally made 20, 30, 40, or even more millions of gil. So yeah, I think these methods are the true deal here. But let's see, maybe the idea behind it can be applied to some of our real market situations and the real gil business when you have 500 million to spend on these ideas.
1,000 gil as well, and we'll be keeping track of how much money we can generate
see how
using
it's
our
not starting from
galaxy-sized
nothing.
economic mega mines to see just how much we can profit. Meanwhile, Hao Zhao here, otherwise known as Crow, shall be using multiple millions to do exactly what we're doing, but on a larger scale. Now, effectively, what Hao Zhao, otherwise known as Crow, is doing is draining the supply of necessary crafting items across all of the servers of the data center and selling them at a lovely, wonderful profit right here on FamFrit. That means if you want to buy some of the nicest high quality levers, you need to go to this fine gentleman here. Anyway, my brothers, it is time for us to make money.
He's not even doing this on
course, we
himself.
look like some kind of weird mafia posse, but we're gonna make some cash. All right. Oh god. Right, let's go to the market board where all money is made. Now the challenge is simple. I have 100,000 gil and I want to be able to make 1 million with as little effort as possible. If I can make any more, then that's fantastic. But the goal is to make as much money with playing as little of the game as humanly possible. There will be no quests, there will be no fun, there will just be raw market data. Let's see if I can pull it off.
Yeah, the editing is
on this market
good,
board,
at
we have
least.
access to all of the items being sold here on FamFrit.
Video's not
now,
bad.
effectively, we're going to use this market
But the
board
idea
to
is-
just see which items are
It's a scam.
exorbitantly overpriced, and then we're going to work out where they're being sold on the cheap. So we're going to use the galactic-wide cross-world market board for all of the markets on our data center, where we can, you know, for example, take a look at the Gadget lever market, which is pretty much entirely dominated by 2 accounts, the Fred's Merchant, the Potions Merchant, and I guess, of course, Shaft Handler. Now, all 3 of these accounts are controlled by the Walt Speculative Guild, and as you can imagine, they've cornered the entire bloody market, haven't you? Haven't you, you naughty people? Yes? Well,
Sorry,
oh
not
well.
sorry.
I mean, it's money at the end of the day. We like money. Oh, goodness. Right, let's go make some cash. So, what item are we looking at today?
Food/meals and potions, because it is reset and people are going to be raiding. If we capitalize that market, there you
Perfect,
go.
perfect. So potions and food are going to be cheap.
Dude,
because it is
how-
raid day. Food, of course,
how
giving
the
buffs
hell-
when you're raiding. So meals are going to be at inflated prices. So what a
How shall you reset a market with 100,000 gil? That's just a scam. Oh my god. It's so scammy. I don't know what background the other players in this idea, in this method have, but how can you actually reset a market, especially when you're looking at endgame? They're mentioning that people are raiding. Come on.
nice.
Come
Is there a
on.
cup of tea on here?
Well, yeah, there's the, if you raise the demand, sorted by demand, there should be peach juice and Thavnarian chai, which is the closest tea you're going to get.
Oh, Favnarian chai sounds very nice. Oh, look at that. That actually looks really tasty. A lovely chai tea.
Dude,
and
look
that is
at
being sold
how
at
expensive that is.
3,296
Bullshit.
gil here. So let's see how it's doing over here. I'm noticing that on
I love it still.
Lamia, this bad boy
I love
normally
videos like
sells
that.
for 2,000 gil. So there's a price differential of 50% here. And in fact, fact, on Leviathan, it's also selling for just under 2,000 gil as well. So guess I might as well go over to Leviathan and buy up all of their lovely chai tea.
God damn it.
I'm going to quickly move over to Leviathan and visit another world server. This, of course, doesn't cost us anything to do, and I just think most players don't understand that this feature exists in the game. I just don't think people know that they can trade on different world markets. Right, I've arrived in Leviathan. I'm now going to head on over.
Yeah, people know that, but they don't have the time to just swap over for a win margin of 200 gil. Dude, you're a peasant. You have 100,000. Start doing something with that. Go further and don't use that tool. Oh my god. I mean, everybody can use a tool like that and make this stuff easier if you just have a click this tool, check the price, and it checks the price on the other boards, and then you just have the knowledge you need to just walk through the other server. But that's just cheating.
To the market
Just
board
cheating.
and
It's
buy
against
all
the
of
US.
this Favnarian chai tea, Favnarian chai
Not
tea,
that I'm
bam,
not
and
doing stuff against
found
the US like
Favnarian
AST,
chai
but
tea, and it is actually being
that's
sold at less
unfair.
than what it is being listed on the actual market.
Marketing
board.
is
Lovely.
PvP.
That's fantastic. Right, so I'm gonna buy 50 cups of Favnarian chai tea for 99,000 gil. Right, that's gonna be all of my money spent, but we're gonna do it. 50 cups
God
of
damn it.
Favnarian chai tea for 99,000 gil. Right, that's gonna be all of my money spent, but we're gonna do it. There we go. I'm now down to 460 gil. Okay, I'm gonna head straight back to Fafnir.
All right. Next recommendations, and sell them in stacks of 33 so they're more available.
Right, back to Famfrit. Right, okay. Now that I
not
have
too
my
bad.
lovely chai in my inventory, I'm going to go to this summoning bell, and I'm going to use intern. We'll use intern Steve for this, and intern Steve is going to sell an item for me. So sell items in your inventory on the market. I'm going to pick this Favnarian chai, and I'm going to sell. Actually, I'm going to sell a stack of 20. Okay, currently they're being sold for 3,296, so we shall sell them for a humble 3,000.
I just bought 4,000 of these pumpkin pottage. All high quality. Jeez.
Right, okay, I've put my...
yeah, I mean, okay, here we go. Let me just put the calculator here. What the heck? That's the biggest scam video I ever watched in Final Fantasy XIV. In all honesty, he just mentioned 4,000. So when he bought these for, what did he bought these for? 1,870. 4,000. I mean, come on. What the heck?
Item in on the marketplace for 3,000.
Who with a
and
sane
some at
mind would invest that?
3,100. So see how much we're selling them at, or how much they sell for. But yeah, my first trade.
I don't
should
wish
get
my
back
own.
about
Yeah, okay, that's right.
150,000.
They are
I've just
scammy.
found
No, they
another
are not
potential
scammy.
Trade. I found a fish that on our
No, okay, hey, Devils. In all honesty, my videos, none of them are scams. None of them are scams. Some of them are kind of talking about stuff that really changed in 1 second. If I just try to go into a Gil method that outdated itself in 1 or 2 hours already, I can't do anything again. I need more than that time for editing the video, for example. So, or even uploading the video and YouTube processing the video. So, yeah. It sounds like a sore point. No, I feel like it's not sore. I love that. I love to be kind of invested into this. And yeah, we'll have to correct some of the assumptions here and give people a better idea how to deal with the market board.
server is being listed at $2,000.
It's inspiring me.
On the Exodus server and Hyperion server, it's being listed at 16 gold. I think that's probably worth.
Yeah,
going.
exactly.
I've got like 460 gold.
If they react to the video, it's already too late. That's exactly how my videos work.
Fishy trade. Let's go. Got one last trade in me. Might only have 460 gold, but that's enough.
At
That's
the
enough
point
to make
I
some
upload the
money on
video,
fish.
On fish.
prices already
That's why
dropped.
me and Connor earlier is like some of the fish market is ridiculous because it'll be 5,000 one day for that fish, and then like the next week it'll be 400.
Well, I mean, you can't do this in real life. You couldn't sail to Australia and buy a fish there for 12 gold and then sell it in the United States for $4,000. It's not viable. The fish.
Okay, I think that's the only assumption this video is correct about. If you find something on the market, or maybe you check out some stuff that is being bought up frequently because it's required for buff food or for crafting stuff that people need frequently, and they need the recipe or the ingredient for it, and you find this to be super cheap at one day, and sometimes you find it completely sold out on the other day, make sure that on these days where you find it very cheap, you just buy it out like a madman and spend that gil that you have on it, or not everything. But resetting the market is nothing I could recommend someone that really doesn't have the proper amount of gil to do that. But yeah,
She's gonna be dead.
I don't know.
Oh my god. Someone's selling them here for 14 gold. I'm going to buy all 14 of them for 14 gold. Some of them selling them for 10 gold. Yes.
No, I think...
Yes, we're buying cheap fish. Right, that's fair.
I think he doesn't actually know who I am, and I think that this is not going to be a series, or that he wants to continue with Final Fantasy XIV. But yeah, I think I have to... I think that could be a salty reaction video. My first really salty. I'm not salty. It's still good content. Like, as long as it's entertaining. The only thing I don't like is this third-party tool, because that is definitely an advantage over the others. And like I said, market board is PvP. That means once you use these tools, you are cheating. Yeah, let's be honest, it's cheating.
Fantastic. I've bought all the Lumsians.
It's not ACT. ACT is different.
Server.
You're just reading out numbers there.
Oh my god, I'm trading next to some dude called British Invader, I kid you not. Okay, I bought up loads of fish. I can't believe
you know
some
what's
dude
the
was
difference
selling
between
fish at
ACT and
1
this,
gold.
right?
Do they have any idea how much of a margin can be made if they just move to a different server? The margins, I tell you. Oh god. Right, I'm gonna get intern Bob to sell these next items.
But
Come
how
on, Bob.
long does
Right,
that take,
sell me.
on the other hand?
It's 24 shitty fish. So average cost per item of 17 gold. So it costs 17 gold on average to buy these fish, and they're selling for 2,300. I'm gonna offer the world a service and only sell them for 2,000. I'm the hero here. I'm about to sell what only cost me 400 gil for 48,000.
I have random dudes come up and clap at me all the time because they're like, oh my god, you're buying all my wares, thank you very much. I'm like, you have no idea.
You have no idea how much of a scam is being committed today, my son. Right, welcome back, ladies.
Yeah, but
and
the time is
gentlemen.
essential
An entire
here.
day has passed,
Exactly.
and luckily, most of our items have sold.
Look
As a
at
matter of fact, we can see that
Omega
intern Steve has managed to sell all of
gang
our
there.
amazing cups of tea for 132,000 gil. That's right, it's a huge profit increase. Naturally, we're going to take all of his money from him because he is
Sylvie,
just a simple intern. And wouldn't he?
don't get me wrong. While I do think this is a very bad method and a scam for players to watch, it's definitely good content. I like that content still because it's well edited. The ideas are not completely wrong, and I have to admit, I expected something like this because you have seen an Endwalker. We all have seen an Endwalker. It's really, really hard work to make gil in Final Fantasy XIV right now, and you just can only get there by spending the hours, taking your time, and being ahead of others by just investing time more than they do. And that's the hard truth. But yeah, let's continue.
Even
here.
know what to do with it. He'd just spend it all on avocado or toast or something
exactly.
crazy like
Make more
that.
money
No.
by
Money
doing
is
that.
for the capitalists, my friend. So we now have 132,000 to work with, which is of course a very nice 32% increase from our starting quantity. So we now need to go and buy some more items and probably spread our bet a little bit on the marketplace. But I think we're going to buy a few items that generally sell quite regularly. Right, now what I've found here are a whole bunch of grade 6 tinctures of intelligence retailing at 1,600.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be buying around about 60 of them.
That's definitely something you should consider doing, because just for my personal example, I'm always buying these out. I never craft these myself because I'm just too lazy. That's the best example. I am too lazy. And if you have the chance to be on my server on Shiva, try to sell these. I will buy them at some point, especially if there's a patch coming out, 6.2, sell these. I will buy them. I can guarantee you I will buy them. That's a promise. I will buy them because I will do power test videos then, and you have at least one customer. That is me. So that's my tip for making gil with these grade 6 tinctures. And yeah, of course, that's definitely one of the more frequent use cases of items that will be sold frequently, and you can just check out the server value of these. And yeah, just maybe write it down and remember which one is more expensive and then sell it on another server. But the moment you do that, and maybe every time it's not getting sold immediately, the prices have dropped significantly and you could lose the gil you have spent. So that's really a bad idea, actually. I don't recommend to just buy out stuff and sell it. The market is just too much saturated right now. Make stuff for yourself. That's my best recommendation. Know that some people love to be the business banker idea of a player and be in a big advantage, but these are simple things. That's not just stuff on Wall Street. Like, Wall Street is more advanced than this. Of course, you can apply some knowledge from there to this game, but what do you think? How many people actually know what this is all about and how this works? It's a lot. Since Shadowbringers, it's a lot that know how to deal with the market board, and you won't be the smartest guy there that just is so clever that you can make solid gil. No. Craft something for yourself. Find a niche that nobody is saturating right now. That's still my biggest tip to get gil. Find a niche that's not saturated and make stuff for it.
At the low cost of 1,682 off of the Behemoth server, and then I'm going to be going back to our own server.
Yeah, Devils, that's
where the
another.
price of them is
That's
actually
another
much
idea.
higher. Now these are potions, so they actually sell quite regularly, so it's going to actually be very easy to try and flip them for a profit. And now I get to sell these lovely grade 6 Tinctures of the Mind using intern Steve here. Hello, good boy. Alright, I need you to sell an item from my inventory onto the marketplace. I want you to sell these in stacks of 30, please. Let's take a look at what the current market price is for them. 1,900. Well, we can probably do better than that. Right, and I'm going to be selling all 60 of them at hopefully just under 2,000 gil for a nice, wonderful profit. However, I've also noticed something interesting. People on the FFXIV server have been buying the Tinctures of Intelligence even at lower grade qualities, simply because there is no low grade quality Tinctures of Intelligence on the market. So
Okay, here we're talking about the first reasonable and good idea and tip that I already throw out to you guys. Sometimes the normal quality stuff is selling because people just don't know better. Like I said, it's bad because people sometimes just don't know that it's a bad item. For example, the classical gear, if you sell it in normal quality, I have sold all my normal quality stuff, which is bad because people will wear that and be trash. And I actually don't want to support that. But the idea behind it, just to make gil, is correct. Sell normal quality stuff because some people just don't know that this is way worse. For example, if you sell the tinctures here, that's the example here. The tinctures are actually worse in normal quality when it's the grade 6 one than the grade 5 in high quality. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact values right now, but I think it's the case because I thought about that myself and tried to save some gil by doing so. But I guess here it actually is okay to do that and still use the normal quality version. But when looking at gear, it's horrible because not only not having the item level of the gear, but it's way worse than that. Maybe it's even 30, 40 item levels below that. So never buy. If you need gear for making your character stronger, don't buy the normal quality stuff. Never. Except you just need stuff for crafting certain breakpoints. In crafting, it's okay, but not for PvE, not for fighting content.
Of intelligence, even at lower grade qualities, simply because there is no low grade quality Tinctures of Intelligence on the market. So we're going to go over to the world of Exodus and actually buy up their low grade potions and
you can
sell
ask
them
me,
on
Sylvie.
our market for a massively inflated
I'm into
price.
Final Fantasy
Now, as
14.
we can see, someone a few hours ago decided to buy a Tincture of Intelligence. In fact, they bought 6 of them at 1,900 and 1,800, despite the fact that they're the lower quality version. We can see that we can actually purchase these potions at a very, very cheap 1,575, and we'll be buying all of these bad boys.
I mean, look
up.
at the
Right,
win
welcome
margin.
back. We've made all of our purchases for today after we got our glorious 32 grand profit from yesterday. Now, we've decided to kind of repeat a little bit of yesterday's trading by, of course, trading in the elusive and wonderful Favnarian chai.
It doesn't have
we currently have
anything here.
7,500's worth of chai listed on the market, which, we only bought for 3,000 gil, which, that's gonna basically be a very nice profit when it comes through, and trust me, it will sell. Next up, we also have some lovely undyed felt that we're selling at a very nice 1,499 per item. This item only cost us 500 per item because on the server we bought it from, the entire market is completely flooded, and it's actually quite common to see this item sell at 300 gil on that server. And yet on our server, the average cost of it is actually much closer to around about 2,000 and 3,000. So we're going to be making a very nice profit off of this. Next up, we have the tungsten steel ingot, which you can see we are selling for 200 gil each. These bad
These are
boys only
demanded.
cost us 50 gil each. So naturally, if we can sell them at all, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. Then we've got the Dark Steel Nugget here.
But
this bad
they are
boy
also
costs
super
us
saturated.
700 per item, so a little bit more costly. But if we can sell all of them, that's going to be 500 gil per nugget that we manage to sell. And then finally, the Tinctures of Intelligence. We are selling multiple copies of this. We have these superior ones here, which we bought for 1,682 each, so naturally the profit margins on them isn't that good, only about 300 gil. But above it, we have the cheaper Tincture of Intelligence, which is much harder to come by, and yet they do still sell. These bad boys we bought for only 683 gil. This is effectively the bargain hunt of Final Fantasy, because if these bad boys sell, we're pretty much tripling our money. Anyway, I'm just gonna let all of my investment steep away for the day, and I'll be back, and hopefully, if all of these manage to sell, we should be nearing 200,000 gold by the end of day 2.
Good.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to day 4 of our glorious trading. It's time for me to actually collect some of our profits. So one of my interns here is controlling 74,000
come
worth of
on.
gil, which is fantastic, lovely. I'll be taking all of that. Okay, now checking my other intern, who should also have some lovely money for me. Yes, they have 4,322 gil. Lovely
So we start with
stuff. And I'll be
100,000.
taking all of that money back, and as you can see, we still have a very large amount of items listed on the market. Around about
I don't get it.
170,000 worth of gil just listed here in terms of assets.
And that
Pretty
is
much all
with
of these
a third
assets, of
party
course,
tool, my
however,
friends.
only cost us 70,000 gil. So if we're able to sell all of them, we're pretty
Peasants.
much doubling our money. Or in the case of hard leather, we're getting an item that I managed to buy for the low cost of 3 gil, and I'm able to sell it for 40. Don't ask how, but
yeah,
we've
he's at
already
least
sold over
much bigger
150
YouTuber
of
than
this
I am,
stuff at
so,
absolutely
he's not a
ludicrous
peasant.
profits. Oh, and
Just
then there
in
are
this game.
dinosaur fossils, which sell for 100 gil, and guess what? I bought them for 1. Like, how is this even okay? If any of these sell, it's pretty much a 500% return. It's stupid. Well, I was just about to start listing dies onto the open market with a markup of over 5 times their base price, and
that's
I
the
noticed
most
that my
stupid thing
lovely
here.
little minion here has 76,000 gil. Evidently, we managed to sell something, and I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it is. That's right, we've
The
managed
minions,
to sell
right?
another 33 Favnarian chai
Okay,
teas.
okay.
Each of these items were bought at 1,800 gil, and we sold them all for 2,450. This means after tax, we have a profit of 18,249 gil, which we're then going to, of course, reinvest into other markets and increase our amazing monopoly. So far, our grand total of profit as we head into the midpoint of day 4 sits at
I don't know.
160,000. But if we were to add up all of the total assets we own, we're starting to pull into the 250,000 mark. This is going very, very well. Anyway, it's time for me to sell some items to intern Steve. Say hello to this die here that I managed to purchase at 120 each, yet it's retailing for 270. We're going to sell it at 250 and enjoy doubling our money. Yes, this is the way to profiteer. Right, so we have 116,000 in the bank, and we need to get this all reinvested nice and quickly, especially before the Americans come
Gangster.
online. So it's back to work for
Standing
Jeff
strong.
Bezos as we have a whole bunch of money to make. Okay, some time has passed, but there's been a lot of fast action today. As you will notice, I'm down to just 693 gil. This is because I've had to be making some very fast action trades. Now, we currently hold almost 500,000 gil worth of assets. That has simply been thanks to some really ridiculous market trades, namely the fact that I was able to sell a single Heavensward materia here for 22,000 gil. I bought this for just 2,170 gil. That's right, we sold this for 10 times its market value because, dear God, this server is going through some kind of nightmarish hyperinflation. Don't believe me? Take a look at the price of milk, ladies and gentlemen. The price of milk across the entire data center is currently in a death spiral. The reasoning is very simple. We can take a look at the history of milk here and see that something terrible has gone
Mega
wrong.
pint.
How Zhao has bought up the entire server's milk supply. Don't know who this dude is? Well, you might remember him as one of our friends from the start of the video. Now, he's basically been doing exactly what we've doing, but with a slightly greater understanding of the game. He's effectively the demonstration of what happens when you pull off this exploit and you have a complete understanding of economical theory, but you've also played the game before, meaning you actually understand which items have really high demand. Now, he's made so much money over the last few days, with a few spare millions lying around. What he's done is he's gone and bought all of the milk off of the entire data center. As you can see, he has bought so much milk, it has decimated the entire world's economy. And he's just gone here to set the price
Easy
of milk
gil,
on our
guys.
server
Easy
to
gil.
1,300 gold. This is a commodity that
Easy
is
gil.
usually just 500 gil. But the madman has done it. He has bought so much milk, it has gone up in value. So naturally, what have I done? I've also run off onto one of the necessary unnecessary servers, and I've also been buying up milk. I've got 55 milk here. I'm going to list it up. I'm going to sell it, of course, for the market value
Easy
price
Gil.
of, oh my goodness, some dude just dumped milk in for 15 gil. Quick, grab it whilst he hasn't noticed his mistake. Get to the market board. Steve, bugger off to the market board.
Using
Milk,
mistakes
give
of
me my
others
milk.
as well.
Of it, boss. Quick, come on.
Dirty.
15 gil, 14 gil, we're bam. Buy it. No, I haven't got enough money. Quick, my merchant has money. Quick, give me my money. Give me my money, boy.
Peasants.
Money, peasant boy. 85,000, come on.
You are the
Give me
peasant.
my money. Oh, God.
Your retainer's
this is
doing
the
all the hard
fastest
work.
merchant trading I need to do.
You're
Come
not
on,
doing
this is-
anything.
I don't even care. I don't know what I sold for 85,000. Doesn't matter. What matters is the milk that is currently for sale. Quick, milk. There it is. 14 gil, 99 churns. We're bam. We've done it. Oh, yes.
I think that wouldn't last for more than 15 seconds on our server. I don't know. It's not even that well populated on Shiva, but I have seen something like this happen and it was getting removed instantly. Not by the player itself, but bought.
That is the absolute steal of a century.
Crazy.
14 gil.
I would
for
not
an
do that.
item
Really,
is
I
now
don't do that
retailing
stuff
at
like that. If
14,000.
I see a
Don't mind if I do. Oh,
If somebody does a mistake with numbers, I don't buy that. Really. It sounds like, don't be that white knight in shining armor. Everybody is hungry for more gil. No, I don't do that. Really, I swear to you that I don't do stuff like that. Really, because I have 500 million gil. What shall I do with it? So why should I exploit or put others' misery in my favor? No.
Oh, wow. Yes. Right, well, let's get our milk trades actually set up as well then. In turn, Steve, it's fantastic to have you back. I've got some
Hi,
items
Connor.
to sell.
No, I don't do that.
154 milk at 1,300 gil. Let's go. Oh, yes. If this sells, this will be some of the single greatest trade because we are going to get some insane markup. Dear God.
You should
Who knew
try this
making
online.
money in video games was this easy? Like, legitimately, you just need a basic understanding
You
of
didn't
economics.
get anything. Is that your resolution? 80,000 and some stuff on the market board? That is the big deal now? Come on.
And that is enough to make stupid amounts of money in Final Fantasy. And best of all, if you have just a modicum of understanding of the game, you're going to be able to do this on such a larger scale, it is ridiculous. Because you're going to be able
it's
to
ridiculous.
understand exactly which items are going to be able to sell when. For example, items used in high-level raids sell really well on days when clans generally do raids and dungeons.
God, I've prepared or tried to prepare for the raids by trying to craft stuff, gear and all that stuff. It never worked out in Endwalker. Not a single time. I'm sorry about that if some people had hope for this. It never worked. People are just so self-sustainable with their efforts, with their crafting, with their gathering, with preparing. It's not working out. Because the game is not having that much content. You can just spend the time there. What do you do 1 week before the new raid is being released? Yeah, exactly that. And everybody can craft now. That's the biggest thing. What changed in Endwalker compared to Stormblood, for example, everybody has access to crafting. Yeah, my videos might be a helping part, at least, to get there easily. But that's how it is. That's how we have to react to the market. There are still... Next week, that's the challenge I set for myself. Next week, we will make more gil than that video. I will try my best to really get into the market with all the knowledge that we have as 14 players, not as economists or some Wall Street experts. No, as Final Fantasy 14 players, because we know one thing that he does not know. True endgame.
Equally on days when guilds are practicing dungeon runs, very interestingly, it's the grade 5 potions that sell really well because they have the same cooldown as the grade 6 potion. So it's a great way of practicing your dungeon runs without actually wasting a huge amount of money. But hey, we've now got 84 grand that I now need to reinvest.
I
and
never
that brings
used
our
one of the
total
vitality
profit so
tinctures.
far as we head towards the end of day 4 up to just under 400,000 gil. That is 400,000 gil profit from just a start starting value of 100,000.
How much
One
time
thing is
did
for
he
certain,
spend?
the more money you have to invest, the faster the profits and greater the profits you're going to get out.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just like
logical.
real life. Capitalism is completely and utterly broken, baby, and I love it. And, well, literally just a few minutes later, 50 of my milk churns have just sold for 61,750 gil. Jesus Christ. Oh no. Oh god, the server is currently being racked by some of the worst hyperinflation I've ever seen, just simply due to the fact that milk has now become absolutely horrifically expensive. There is just no way to counter the new value of milk on this server, because as soon as new milk enters the market,
Because of his mate resetting the milk and completely stabilizing or increasing the prices. So he profited from his mate spending at least 7 million gil on the whole reset of the market. So this is completely bullshit. And also he used a third-party tool to spend at least 6 times less the time and investment and effort that he would normally spend if he would check the prices on the market in legal ways, in ways that work under the terms of service. So yeah, it's that, and then you just got 400,000.
just simply no way to counter the
Peasant.
amount of milk being sold right now. It is absolutely
Sorry,
insane.
respect
But
for the
hey,
content,
61,750
But
gil
this
that
is
we're
scam.
about to take.
This
Now,
is
the
scam.
interesting question is going to be, what's going to happen to the rest of our market on this
The idea is
server?
not wrong,
Well, the most
but
important thing to note is that with
example
Overboss milk being so expensive, items that are made using Overboss milk are about to get more expensive too. These also just so happen to be all of the late game food items that we see right at the top of the meal demands tree. Favnarian chai, the pumpkin potage, the beef stroganoff, even the Saikon cookie. And guess what? All of these items sit right at the end of the supply chain. And guess what? The most crucial ingredient to make all of them just increased in price by over 50
something.
times. So what happens when you're a baker and some dude just jacked up the prices of all of your necessary ingredients? Well, you're going to increase your prices too. So instead of buying the last few remaining bits of milk in the server, instead, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to start seeing if we have a way to actually start planning the incoming apocalypse that's about to rock this server. Now, what this database is about to see is one of the greatest supply shortages ever, being caused quite literally by one individual buying up every single bit of milk this entire database has to offer. And as we can see in the recent purchases that have occurred, there are literally people right now on Famfrit as of a few minutes ago who were buying milk at 1,300 apiece simply because the Favnarian chai is selling at 2,700. So to a high-level craftsperson, the fact that they're paying 1,400 for milk isn't even that bad. So naturally, we're going to start snapping up this market even more. We're going to buy
Okay, so the idea behind this is really good because you kinda sell them for higher values, but they're also getting satisfied by the higher prices they can set for their incomings and their profit. So that makes sense. That's a good way. That's a good logic behind it. But the example here, and it's not possible for newcomers. Somebody resetting the market, that is at least somebody having 20, 30, 40 million gil. Like, I can do that. I have 500 million here available. Like, look at my retainers. I pack this all together. I'm somewhere around 500. I can do that. I can do that. But it's still a risk, and that's not anywhere good to when you just craft something. I can just go here. If I just give you the raw value of a craft. Just before we finish the video. We just talk about classy. That's not super spectacular. That's the craft from patch 6.05. If we would just buy out everything here. So golden silk. That's at least, let's say we need the high quality on this one. So it's 18,000. Then we have rhodium ingot. Oh, that's cheap actually. That you don't need for high quality here. So that's 4,000. We buy 22,000 AR. Kayan. I hate this term. It's hard to remember. Okay, so basically it's still 22,000. Then grade 6 mine. Oh yeah, you can also just use this for example as the high quality, which is way less expensive. But in this example, it would make sense to buy the golden silk because that's the same price in normal quality as it is in high quality. So this is still let's say 24,000. And we have the Endstone Ether Sand, which is, 24,000. So, what is this? The classical, and I think you can apply this basically to all. They're kind of close with the ingredients. So, the classical Medicus Chiton, this one. Yeah, look at that. That's just one craft. And these prices are fucked completely. These are horrible prices for the classical. But they're still granting you a profit of 45,000 gil. Just for one craft. I think my craft takes... we can try it out. Check. I think this is around 40 seconds and this is around 35 seconds. So you're basically making 45,000 gil in under 2 minutes. That's way more than these stupid speculations. So level up a crafter and make your real gil, not this prone to inflation gil. That's scam. But yeah, let's check this out.
This bit of milk here and this bit of milk here. The entire market will be ours, ladies and gentlemen. We have to buy up as much of the stock as possible if we are to stay afloat in the coming financial troubles that are going to be caused by this economical collapse. There we have it. I've just purchased 178 of this milk, which we will now list on the FFXIV market board
it's a
at the
third-party tool as
designated
well.
economic
That's
price
on
of
top.
destruction. Oh, it's going to be absolutely glorious. Oh, we're in for a bumpy ride tonight. So we're effectively about to start causing digital hyperinflation inside an MMO economy. It's going to be absolutely perfectly balanced. The amount of players on FFXIV in comparison to the other servers is just downright ridiculous. This section here is always packed with players, and on other servers it can be relatively empty. It's fantastic, but our latest trade is something of very, very jazzy proportion.
But yeah, that's crazy because on other servers that are well populated, all these aspects here as well, supply is super high. For example, I think it's the difference between people that don't care about crafting at all and people that do and play this game for a longer time. For example, I think on Shiva we have many old-time players that play this game for a long time already, which is definitely different on other servers maybe. So we just put it here. Maybe we have luck. We have luck that while watching the video we can sell this.
Say hello to Darkrai Flower, ladies and gentlemen. We've just bought 32,000's worth of it from a different server, and we're now selling it here for 85 grand. And the reasoning is very simple. All of the late game foods like the Archon Burger and the Chai Tea are all requiring a small group of ingredients like the Overboss Milk. Darkrai Flower is one of those ingredients. Many recipes need it, and especially those very late game, very valuable recipes, for which someone looking at this will think, yes, this is a completely fine purchase, because the Archon Burger is currently retailing at like 2,500 gil, so buying flour for 1,300, that's not that bad. Oh god, the entire
You just
world
have to know
economy is ruined. Oh god. Well, all good things must come to an end, and as you can see, we did indeed stumble upon a good thing. I have made absolute millions without actually playing the game. I've only put around about 6 hours into this game, and yet here I am, a multi-millionaire with well over 2 million still worth of assets up on the market board.
Where's
using
proof?
basic macroeconomic principles.
That's hearsay, I guess.
Yes. Go ahead. I know, I just sure offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
He got it.
Okay, all right, well then.
I'm learning.
There you go.
I can do the same thing. Oh wow, look at my guild. That's where we start. 550 million.
2 days later.
Oh wow, we have made 24 million gil. Oh my god, this method works. We're so good. You have to show this. You have to show these transactions and view sale history. That's all that matters. Otherwise, that's just bullshit. No, we just did it in 5 minutes. Or less than that. Crazy. That's scammy.
Millionaire with well over 2 million still worth.
I think at this point here somewhere, he made some valid points, but at this conclusion is just so scammy. It can just mean that his mate Hiazu has just transferred all the gil there. So
Playing the game. I've only put around about 6 hours into this game, and yet here I
Come
am, a multi-millionaire with well over 2 million still worth of assets up on the market board. Using basic macroeconomic principles, we're able to use arbitrage to skim fantastic margins, sometimes selling an item for double or triple what it costs to buy. Now, of course, it's time for the employee review. Han, you managed to somehow turn a profit of well over 400 million Gil, using your vastly superior understanding of the game, you were able to not just crash and inflate markets on a whim, you've also started funneling money into crafters who are creating even larger profit margins. Congratulations, you win Employee of the Month. And Connor, you didn't even turn up, and I know why you didn't turn up. You didn't even make 1 million gil, so I'm afraid, Connor, you're fired. Okay, right, well, that's enough. He had it coming. I mean, what's the point of an intern if they can't even make you millions? Oh my goodness, so pathetic. Han, you're my favorite. You're my favorite intern. You're the greatest intern. You now have to also still give me all of your money, but you're the greatest intern someone could wish
He
for.
already did, come on.
Don't expect any payment.
Come on.
What's it been like working under the Spiffco thumb, knowing that everything you build and achieve will eventually go to me?
The second this gets broadcast, all right, this gets put out there, people who play 14 are going to be coming to this this MC. So that's one thing. And two, I already have Spiffco set up as a rank. So if anybody says Spiff sent me, I could just put them in the Spiffco rank, and then we know who gets what.
That's true. That's true. That's right. Yes, you're my intern, but then you're going to become handling interns when all of the people who watch this video flood to the FC, and then you get to skim profit from them. I skim profit from you. Oh my goodness, we've made a multi-level marketing company. It's amazing. Oh, the reverse funnel company. Fantastic. I hope you're happy, Square Enix. Oh god. Now, of course, most of the funds raised today are going to be used to buy the free company one of the huge fancy mansions that are going to be auctioned in the next update, which is probably the main reason why we've been doing all of this. So naturally, good luck to anyone trying to bid against this megacorp. Now, of course, we didn't actually use anything that's against this game's terms of service, just so you're all aware. All of the market data can be found online instantly, so Square Enix, don't you even dare try and strike down this video. If you do, I will reveal more exploits that do go against your terms of service, okay? So leave me alone, okay? I'm just a beautiful guy. Jeff Bezos, what's he ever done wrong? He's not hurt anyone. He's just playing the markets nicely. It's not our fault that the price of milk is 7 times more than it was when we started. It's just capitalism, baby. Oh dear. Oh god. Right, well, there you have it. Han, thank you so much for being the greatest capitalist a boss could wish for. You've been an absolute star. Connor, don't ever show your face again. Yes. Oh, I will not forget this. I will not forget this. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, as always. If you did enjoy today's video, then make sure to give it a like. And heck, why not even jump down into the comment section and just leave a lovely comment of what item you'd like to see inflated into the stratosphere. Pretty much anything is possible. Of course, as always, a massive thank you to each and every one of our amazing patrons and YouTube channel members who make all of these videos all the more possible.
I mean, okay, the video was entertaining. Okay, so far so good. But it's a scam. Like, we definitely are talking about TOS, definitely violation of TOS, because you're using a tool that makes this easy, even though you're reading out data. That is technically also a violation of these TOS. And here, you're using it to get advantage over the market. That means over the profit or the playtime experience of other players. That's definitely against the TOS. Whatever you see it, Square Enix doesn't take down people like that. But yeah, my biggest claim here is go out there, craft something, get a crafter up. It doesn't even require that much gil to get up a crafter right now. Even though that is a horrible thing to do. Like, this undercutting bullshit is annoying. I know. But believe me or not, I'm not the player that just tells you like, hey, I made 8 million in 6 hours and doesn't show proof. Every time I talked about videos like that, I talked about methods where I made gil. You can look at my history. I haven't done anything since April. But yeah, I never talk about gil making when I don't have profits to prove that I was right. You can't believe how many videos I made about a certain idea that I had that I tried out and turned out to be, not working. And then I just not covered it in a video. So there were at least 10 times these moments where I thought about, hey, that could be a good idea. Maybe I can turn that into a video and talk about this. And then it didn't work. So I didn't make a video about that. I mean, it's a meme. This video is not super serious, right? But yeah, like I said, an entertaining video nonetheless, just that it utilizes ideas of the market that I can't stand behind. Some assumptions are not bad on this video. Some lessons, teachings are not bad. But yeah, on the other hand, that means next week I will try out something for you again. Something that only the Final Fantasy XIV players know, not those investment bankers that come over here and try to make some stupid gil. No, we only know what we're talking about, and that's sexy glamour. Sexy glamour.
A mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Yeah,
I poured myself a large glass of wine.
right.
I thought it necessary.